Hello， 大家好，欢迎来到 AMAS 我们今天非常有幸的请到我们的移民律师 Warren 先生，我们请他来给我们大家简要的介绍一下澳大利亚457签证的最新变化。Warren 先生你好，Hi Warren.
Hi Ray.
Can you talk about 457 visa today?
Sure. Thank you for asking me.
Okay.
The 457 visas had some fairly significant changes this year. The changes have come through so far in April and in July, and we're expecting some further changes as the 457 visa actually ends up being phased out over the period until March 2018.
So, you talk about there are a lot of changes. Can you outline the changes to us?
Sure, and what I'll do, if you don't mind, is I'll just break them down into I suppose the basic changes that have happened this year.
Yeah, of course.
There are 4 of those that I'd like to talk about at the moment. The first of those is that they've reduced the number of eligible occupations that can actually apply for this visa. This visa is designed to be a temporary visa, and it's designed to fill skill shortages in the Australian market. So what they've done is they've actually eliminated the old lists and changed those lists or revised those lists into a more condensed version of occupations.
Yeah. Okay. Can you give us an example of those conditions?
Yes, of course. For one of the higher paid occupations, for managing directors and for chief executive officers, what they've done is they've said that unless that position now earns at least 180,000 Australian dollars, that position would not be eligible to apply for the 457 visa. That was not the case before. Before, if you were in that position, irrespective of the amount of money that you were paid, you could apply for this visa.
So, you're talking about the manager positions. So before, when people earning a very high income, they can actually get no English. So is that the same case now?
Sure. That leads me on to the second of my points, and that is what they've done is they've removed the English exemption for the 457 visa. So whereas before, if you earned more than $96,400 Australian, you were eligible to be exempt from the English requirements. Now, that is no longer the case.
So you are saying there's no more English exemptions at all?
Not for the 457 visa, no.
Okay.
So now you need to complete your IELTS exams or your PTE exams, and to submit those with your application.
So it sounds a lot harder than before to get these 457 visas now. Is it any other changes to make it even harder?
Yeah, look, and the third point that I wanted to make here is that only applicants on the medium and long-term strategic skills list are able to apply for permanent residency. So there are 2 lists that can be used to apply for the 457 visa: the MLT SSL and the STSOL. Unless you're on the first of those lists, you're no longer eligible to apply for permanent residency in Australia.
So what you're saying is that only people, occupations on the MLTSL list, they can apply PR.
Yes.
And if they're on the other list, they can't apply for PR.
No, the other list, they're eligible to, the visa eligibility is for 2 years, with a possibility of a further 2-year term if they desire.
Are they able to apply for PR after 4 years?
Unless they're on the MLT SSL, the medium long-term strategic skills list, there is no pathway to permanent residency from the 457 visa.
Okay.
If I could, the final point that I wanted to make in relation to how they've made this visa more difficult is they've introduced skills assessments for some of the occupations.
Yeah.
Whereas before there was no skills assessments that were relevant here, now they're requiring some occupations to complete those.
It sounds like the 457 visa now it's really hard to get. Warren, are there any other options for people to get a PR?
Look, there are other options and very viable options. We need to look at people's individual circumstances, but the 186 employer nomination scheme, the 187 RSMS, the regional visa, are very similar in concept to the 457 visa, but they are permanent visas in their own right. So it's not an interim visa, it's a final visa that you can apply for. I would also look very, very thoroughly at the state migration visas, the state-sponsored visas. So the subclass 190 and possibly the 489. There are two other visas that I think are underrated as avenues for moving into Australia and permanent residency.
Okay, can we talk about this PR 186, 187 and 190 next time?
I'll look forward to it. Thank you.
Alright, thank you. 我们今天非常荣幸的请到我们 AAVS 的移民律师 Warren 来给大家简要的介绍了一下457签证的最新变化。虽然457签证现在变得非常的难申请，但是通过我们 AAVS 专业的团队，我们可以为大家找到最适合你的签证。相关签证像比如186、187和190签证。当然，我们会在以后的视频当中为大家具体的来介绍这3个签证。如果大家有任何关于澳大利亚签证的相关疑问，可以随时通过微信或者微博与我们取得联系。然后也希望大家继续关注我们后面的视频，谢谢大家。